Hi, my name is Beavis, and I don't make tiny nerdy things, but I do make the nail art, and today's nails are going to be part of hopefully a very long series on this channel of nails inspired by my favorite games, and what better way to start off this than with the greatest game of all time, Bloodborne, because I said so. Before we start, yes, my thumb is hurt pretty badly from incorrect extension removal. The center of it was peeled horizontally like a banana, and it does hurt quite a lot. So no extension for the thumb today, but I may use an air dry nail polish as a base and do a simple design on top. Yes, alright, I know better, and yes, I also will probably do it again in the future when I forget just how badly it hurts right now. Anyways, Bloodborne is a gothic cosmic horror game that takes place in Yharnam. People all over the world visit to take part in the Healing Church's blood ministration, which is kind of a cure-all medicine, but with all the side effects. And your character has just stepped into the climax of a very long nightmare. So with beasts all over the shop and hunters few and far in between, it's up to us to end this very long night. Spoilers ahead, kind of. I won't talk progression of events or lore, but I will talk about some of the beasts and boss battles, so just be warned in case you want to play or want to watch someone else play it. I recommend, if you want to watch someone play it, watch Don Wolf, because I was so excited whenever he announced that he would be playing through Bloodborne, and he had a fantastic time. It just made me so happy. Anyways, I love when people enjoy things that I enjoy. I love it. Anyways, for the first nail, I want to do Dark Beast Parl's face. I remember stepping through that hole in the wall for the first time and going to investigate this lump of strands and pixels in the corner, only for it to start moving. My soul absolutely left my body. Part of the appeal of FromSoft games is the absolute ludicrous size of the enemies, and Parl does not disappoint. To start with the nail, I went in with a more muted blue base before I remembered that I wanted to do another peekaboo base. So I wiped that off, that perfectly applied gel, and whipped out my incredibly old Halloween stickers that are at this point begging to be put out of its misery. And I placed the ones that I like the most on the top of all of the clear tips. Then I went in with 2 coats of a bright, almost coral red, because Bloodborne, you gotta have blood, or at least red, but only on the bottom. So on top, I alternated between a blue and a very light brown for the other nails. Pro tip, if you want the red to be really vibrant, do a light color on top. I fear that may be common sense, but it did not connect in my brain as I did it. The blue ended up muting it a lot, so it's harder to see the stickers on the blue nails, and also not as bright. Unfortunate, it is what it is. Going in with a blue purple cat eye gel, I tried to focus the particles in the mirror in the middle, because I'm going to be painting a black border and using the blue model gel to make the face. I thought this would be the most difficult nail, but it was actually the easiest and the fastest one, which, crazy I know. All I did was use a little ball of model gel and pat it into a smooth-ish mound with some isopropyl alcohol and a flat brush, and then I dug out its eyes and mouth with a ballpoint tool in a vague eye and mouth shape before going back in and painting in some blunt teeth, because Dark Beast Parl was once human. Where am I? Oh my gosh. She was once human, so she gets sad, blunt human teeth. After I cured all of that, I went in with various shades of blue to give her some more dimension so that it didn't look too flat, and that is Dark Beast Parl done. For my middle finger, of course, it's going to be the Hunter's Rune. It literally cannot be anything else. The Hunter's Rune speeds up stamina recovery, and that is very important because dodging costs stamina, and you're going to be doing that a lot with how many attacks will just absolutely one-hit you into oblivion. Also kind of awkward, but you know, you can go ahead and wipe this version of this design from your memory because I'm going to completely redo it with a cat eye as the base because this design was way too flat and I was not vibing with it. So be aware that it will change at some point. Moving on to my ring finger, this little guy is inspired by the Celestial Emissaries, which is a very annoying boss to fight because they swarm you like tiny, hungry, angry kittens, and just like kittens, they are so freaking cute. I love these guys. And their big, stupid head. Also, the noise it makes when they walk is adorable and scratches an itch in my brain that I didn't know I had. Anyways, I added a black border to the nail and used a solid hard gel to make its fat little head by laying down a large bead, flattening it, and then using a tool dipped in isopropyl alcohol again to lift up the middle and make it hollow, giving it that classic mushroom shape. No. Ugh. I gotta start that over, that was bad. Oh well, at least I didn't cure it yet. Ooh, got off me. And then used various blues to color it in. The emissaries are very Cthulhu inspired with their tentacles and all that, and they have a much larger counterpart, which coincidentally has the best name of all time, being called Living Failures. Relatable. Also, a very annoying boss fight. Also relatable. Anyways, I made some beads of nail glue in the corners, uncured, and I brushed them towards the head to make a sort of long drip because I wanted it to be the bottom half of its tentacle face. But once I added a ball for the head, it transformed into a very cute little guy instead of an uncanny valley little guy. The tentacles just look like a very silly body. I definitely got the proportions wrong.
Why does he look so cute?
But that's okay, he'll just be today's project advisor. Next is my pinky. I wanted to do an embedded cross as a nod to the Healing Church, but I didn't want to do gross nail art yet, so I'll be using cat eye again to make it look more classy and less fleshy, even though it's supposed to be flesh. First, I picked out a smaller cross and dipped it into some red gel before placing it on the nail just to mark the area that I need to paint red. Yes, sometimes I smart am. After filling in the red spot, I glued down the cross and used solid hard gel to make wormy dealy things for the skin walls. I added the cat eye, black border, and that's pretty much the pinky finish. For the thumb, I did an inspired take for the St. Agnes Cathedral window. Originally, the thumb was supposed to be very long so I could fully paint out the lines in the stained glass window, but that clearly isn't happening, so it just kind of feels like a circus tent, which is coincidentally how the Mikolash how the Mikolash boss fight feels, so this is pretty lore accurate. I used many coats of air dry polish as a base and then went in with gel. The injury wasn't bloody, but it was very deep, and I just want to be safe and not put any gel directly on top of it. And let me tell you, it feels a lot better with the structure on top, way less tender. And these are the finished nails next to the design. I am in love with the red peekaboo base. It's easy, it makes the nails more fun to look at. It just, unfortunately adds a lot of bulk, so you have to be very intentional with the designs. My favorite nail probably has to be Dark Beast Parl, but I might be a little biased because it also looks like the Babadook. It's those adorable, hollow, soulless eyes. I just love them. Anyways, that's it for me today. Do you have a favorite game? Tell me so I can hoard knowledge. And don't forget to tell me which nail was your favorite. Like and subscribe if you're into that sort of thing. We listen and we do judge here. Have a good day, night, wherever you are, whenever you are, and I will see you in the next one.